Number 25 in my preseason top 25 rankings is What's going on, everybody? It's AG here. So, over the next couple weeks, I'm going to be releasing my preseason top 25 college football rankings for the upcoming season, my AG poll. So, if you are new here, every week once college football season starts, I'll release an updated top 25 rankings as well as the updated G5 top 25. That's going to be every, Saturday night, Sunday morning, whenever the Saturday slate is done. But over the next few weeks, like I said, daily, I'm going to be releasing my preseason top 25 one by one. So, today will be 25. Tomorrow will be 24 and so on. Last weekend, I released actually my honorable mention. So if you are interested in checking that out, I'll put a link at the end of the video of my full breakdown of these honorable mentions. I did 26 through 35. But today we're going to break it down and I'm going to give you my number 25. So whenever I do that, before I release it, let me know in the comment section who your number 25 team would be in your preseason top 25 down in the comment section. But at number 25, I have USC. All right, USC heading to the Big Ten from the Pac-12. All right, there's going to be a little change there. And I do question, not only with them, but, with Oregon, with UCLA, with Washington, Texas, Oklahoma, how moving to tougher conferences, how is that going to affect them? Oregon's had a lot of success previously, but it's different than having that week in and week out grind of Big Ten play, where you're frankly playing a team week in and week out that could beat you. There is really no gimmies except for, the very bottom. But USC, why are they in my top 25? I know they struggled last year. Let's take a look at that first off. But before we go into their schedule last year, first off, Lincoln Riley is the main reason for optimism here. I realize they lost Caleb Williams. But Lincoln Riley, I know a lot of people crap on him for, how he left Oklahoma and for how he's done these past couple years at USC. But really, last year was his worst year he's ever had as a head coach. You look at this, 12 wins, 12 wins, 12 wins. 10 wins, 11 wins. So he backtracked to that year with 11 wins at USC. I mean, they were like a quarter away from making the college football playoff and sneaking in, And despite their amount of losses last year, besides like one game, they really didn't have any bad losses. Now, I do realize, they lose the number one pick. And the question always with Lincoln Riley teams is defense, okay? And with that, I think they have improved that defense. We'll touch a little bit and look at the transfers they have coming in, but I think they've improved that defense a little bit. But looking at their schedule last year, all right, so as you can see here, not just any terrible losses. All right, I mean, Notre Dame, they lost to. That's a Notre Dame team, though, that almost beat Ohio State. Utah, all right, now that wasn't the Utah of usual, but Utah always gives them issues for some reason. I think they're just more physical. But Washington made the playoff. Oregon, they were really good. Those are both within 10 points. So that's within a two-score game of Washington and Oregon, which were both consensus, top 5, top 6 teams last season. And then the bad loss there is the UCLA. That's a rivalry game. Kind of the season was done by then. So I'm not going to read too much into that one. And then that bowl game win, I'm not going to look too much into, except that is their quarterback of the future, Miller Moss. Okay, they kind of turned down bringing in any transfers. There were some rumors they'd bring in Will Howard from Kansas State. He ended up at Ohio State. But Miller Moss took over for Caleb Williams, Lincoln Riley in that Holiday Bowl against Louisville and did pretty good. All right, as you can see, 372 yards, did enough to be like, this is the dude for next season. And I've seen enough from that game that I think he can have some success this year for USC and in the Big Ten. And I mean, their roster and their schedule, there's no reason they can't be a top 25 team. Look at the transfers they brought in, though. Now, there is more than this, but these are the main defensive guys that I wanted to focus on. They've really improved this defense through the portal. Nate Clifton, 4-star D lineman from Vanderbilt, coming over from the SEC. That should definitely help them out. They also bring in another D lineman from A&M, not pictured here. So that's bringing in multiple SEC linemen to really help your defense out. But the main one is the linebacker there, Easton Arnold. Coming over from Oregon State, linebacker, he has a ton of tackles to his name. He's definitely going to help out this defense. He's going to be flying around all over the place. You also add some help in the back end. 4-star safety from UCLA, 3-star safety from Oregon State, another corner from Mississippi State. So they have loaded up on defense in the transfer portal. Now, will all these guys play? To be determined, but they're at least adding depth, adding talent on that defense from Power 4 conferences. So the defense can't be much worse. Let's put it that way. All right, then looking at their schedule this year. All right, in the Big Ten, they avoid the 2 best teams, arguably. They avoid Oregon. They avoid Ohio State, so that's a benefit. Now, I do play LSU and Notre Dame out of conference, so that's going to be 2 tough games right there. Top 15, top 20 games right there. We'll know a lot about them week 1. Now, LSU has their own question marks. They lost a lot as well, but either way, though, that's a huge game on September 1st on Sunday to kind of let you know where they are in the pecking order of things. That's going to be a big game. But at number 25, again, I have USC. First off, where would you rank USC? Would they be in your top 25? Would they be in your honorable mentions? Would they be nowhere close to this? What do you think? Let me know. Also, who would be your number 25? Let me know. Comment down below. Make sure to like this video and subscribe.